everyone, and welcome to Girls Run These Worlds and our finale session of this limited series. I am Anya, my pronouns are she, her, and I am your storyteller for this game of Into the Black, a Serenity RPG. If you haven't seen the Firefly TV show, think cowboys in space set 500 years in the future, post-planet spanning civil war. There are no aliens, although Reavers certainly give the stories a run for their money. Also, I'm cosplaying River Tam from the episode Safe for anyone who knows the show as well as I do, me looking at my players right now.
Post holer for digging holes.
Anyway, so final bout of organizational chaos before the finale intro. For the finale intro, I can do words. Mica, since you spoke, why don't you go first? Give us your name, pronouns, same for your character, and what your character hopes to accomplish in this finale, vague or otherwise.
Okay, I'm Mica. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Angie Zhang, disaster area, trauma face, engineer, come former, purple belly, marine. And her pronouns are also she, her. And I am expecting to, or hoping to accomplish, a nice, clean getaway with no one dead.
Oh, that's so nice. Zev, why don't you go next?
Hey everybody, I'm Zev, he, him, playing Tencent Tamang, he, him. Everything's gonna be fine.
Uh-huh. Sure, totally. Emma?
Hello, I'm Emma, she, her, playing Echo, he, they, with too many family members on this boat, who also wants main goal right now is all of us leaving the ship in one piece. If we all say that as our goal, I think it will happen.
Yes, will it into existence. Next up, Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I'm playing Jude. She, they pronouns. And Jude just wants to win her card game.
Okay. I love that. And finally, last but not least, Rara.
Hey, I'm Rara, he, they. I'm playing Landon Cornflower, who's also a he, they. With this space being filled with so many important people, he would just like to be able to do a spiritual duty and maybe make some change and lend some comfort to some of them while he's here.
Excellent. Well, just so y'all know, we went ahead and did our distribution of advancement points for this session so we could just jump right into it. So that being said, let's begin. Out in the black of space, traveling from the planet Ariel to the luscious and rich moon of Bellerophon, the El Dorado luxury cruise spaceship cuts its way through the stars, skirting the Halo asteroid belt as it continues silently onward. A poker tournament is underway with a grand prize of 50,000 credits at stake. From the glittering chandelier-filled gambling salon, we hear shouts and cries of shock as our dear pilot Tenzin just lost his first round of cards as he was told, and as he was told to make a scene, turn around and punch the first person he saw, an old man just passing by. So, first of all, I suppose we should do a vague sort of initiative here. Now, initiative is funky, combat is funky, but we've got this. I'm actually going to use a different thing. Let's use the toolkit. So first of all, I need you to roll agility and alertness. Angie, you also roll this because you are in the room with them.
That would be a 9.
Amazing. I should roll for some people too.
I also got a 9.
Hey. The old man botched. Am I the only one who has botched in this game?
I think that is the first time it has happened.
Beautiful. So, context for those watching. Oh, hit my microphone. When you roll double ones or triple ones, if you're rolling 3 dice, that is called a botch, and terrible things happen. So,
Didn't I botch where I ended up wedged under the engine in like our first
maybe,
session?
yeah. I think it was the second session. But in any case, the old man botched. And I just am going to do a general roll. I just realized I have no D4s over here. I should fix that. Cool. DeWitt. Because DeWitt is in the room. So DeWitt goes first. So because she rolled 14, as you go and just wail on this guy, first of all, what are you doing exactly? Oh, Jude, you roll as well. Sorry, you're in the room too.
It's just a haymaker.
Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't realize I had to roll. What am I rolling again?
So you are rolling agility and alertness, so that's a D10 and a D6 for you. Oh, and we got some hydrates, by the way. Thank you. Hey, Jude, what you got?
Something. 9.
Not everyone got 9s. Amazing. So I'm going to say, because I hate how combat is in this game, that you all can kind of work together or choose who goes first in whatever order you want to go, basically. So that being said, Tanzan, you are laying a haymaker on this guy. You get to go out of combat order to start because you initiated this. So I need you to roll to attack. And so that is, let me get to the page. Oh, come on. There it is. It is all out attack. Come on. I hate this. Let me see if I have my other piece of paper. No! It's over here.
The last time you had me punch someone, it was just roll my strength.
No, there's more to it than that. Oh, right, because you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's just your it's
That's
just
the
your
one.
strength. That's the one. Amazing. So the way it works is it's strength plus your weapon skill for things like punching, sticks, swords, things like that. It's agility plus your weapon skill for guns. So I found my combat sheet. We're good. And then you get an innate dodge, which means that he's just going to roll a straight agility, and he's an old man, so I'm going to make it a D6. Cool, that's a 4. So while he is slow on the uptake, absolutely dodges out of the way. And I'm going to say, because of his botch, that he like trips on his cane and falls on the ground as if you had punched him. And so with that, DeWitt is going to come charging for you.
Uh-oh.
Because she saw this with her hawk eyes across the room and just goes jumping over several people and is just going to pull out a knife, not to like knife you, but specifically to like get you to stop and be very threatening. So I need you to roll a straight agility, or if you want to do like as your next turn, if you want it to be full on avoid, you can do a dodge. And so that would be athletics plus agility. Do that. And you know what? I will allow your meep to come into play.
Okay, do you want me to roll that now?
Your lovely new ability.
Do you want me to roll for meep now?
Yes, you do need to roll for meep now.
Okay.
So never too early to roll for meep.
Okay, so plus.
That is an 11 on the meep meep scale.
Excellent. That is an 8 with her knife. And so she goes in, lunges in more as a like protective measure, trying to put herself between you and this old man, is brandishing this like Crocodile Dundee kind of knife, and is like full on like going into a stance to protect against you. And because she's in that protect mode, she doesn't actually try to lunge into like actually knife you. So that is her turn. And combat turns here, by the way, are 3 seconds, not 6. So that is her turn. Tenzin, you have used your turn to fully dodge this. So Angie and Jude, who would like to go next? You both see this happening from the distance, like probably anywhere from 20 to 30 feet away.
I imagine Angie would act pretty quickly just to make sure that Tenzin doesn't get like murdered by DeWitt.
Yeah.
So I imagine she's just like, as soon as she sees this go down, she just exclaims like, "Tamad, Tenzin, I said a distraction, not geronticide." Jesus. So she's just gonna rush in and try and put him in a headlock, I guess.
Okay. Now, Tenzin, it is up to you. You can choose to just accept the headlock, or you can roll agility as your innate dodge. This is a 0 action. It doesn't take anything to do your just natural innate dodge.
I think if I'm focused on the knife, I probably don't know who the hell is about to put me in a headlock. So I would like to try to get out to dodge.
Okay. So you're going to roll your agility, and then Angie, this is going to be strength plus your unarmed combat. Would your specialty come into
Not
play?
agility?
No, in this case, that agility
it's
goes
an
with
agility.
guns.
Oh, because it's an agility-based martial art.
Okay, I would allow you to roll agility then. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I specifically picked like Aikido.
That is valid.
That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, that works. I only rolled an 8.
Okay, so now it is up to you, Angie. Do you want to pull the block or pull the attack to actually not do any damage to him, or do you want to do just a little bit of damage just to like make a show of it?
Maybe just a tiny bit, just to make a show of it.
Okay, so in that case, Tenzin, you are going to take 2 basic damage. So actually, no, this would be stun. So 2 stun damage. So if you look at your character sheet, there's the W and the S. So you're going to put it under S. Stun damage is not as bad as wounding damage. Go figure. So I don't know if you're able to do that in your character sheet. You can just write it down to stun.
What does fightin' type mean?
Fightin' type. Oh, hey, look, I am actually on the page for it. Fightin' type. You take 1 non-attack action each combat turn without penalty. For example, if you move and shoot in the same turn, your shot will not suffer the normal -1 step skill penalty. So you're able to do 2 things in 1 turn, so long as the second thing is not an attack.
Okay, cool.
Or first thing not an attack.
In that case, can I just move to like drag him out of the room and say, "Sorry, boss, I'll deal with this and get this drunk out of here. I'll process him."
She spits on the ground, even though she shouldn't, and curses very fluently, and says some things that you're kind of impressed by, and just says, "You better. We don't need anyone like that in here."
She just nods curtly and makes a show of roughly dragging Tenzin out of the placey.
Okay. And I'm going to say, actually, just roll a performance check or deception check for me, your choice. That's going to be with willpower.
Can I assist by trying to get out of the headlock?
Totally.
Because even though it's my friend, I'm being...
Yeah, do it.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
So you are going to roll either performance or deception, also plus willpower or intelligence.
Okay.
Wait,
I mean, the same rolls for you.
skill?
So,
Yeah.
so this is going to be a combined roll, and you know what? I'm going to roll her.
I don't see a deception skill.
So deception would be underneath covert or influence.
Okay.
I only had a D8 to roll, and I rolled an 8.
Hey.
Just as well, so I rolled a 5.
I am selling it. I am being dragged up by my neck, and I don't like it.
Well, it's a good thing that Tenzin had that 8 because DeWitt rolled a total of 9. So your combined efforts, you just struggling. If you want to describe what all happens as Angie is pulling Tenzin out of this room.
I think there's a lot of spluttering in Nepali to the effect of "Get off me! Let me go! Can't breathe!" And just kind of ineffectual feet kicking and hands going like.
Salnima, Kinimada, he exclaims as she drags him out.
Is this a negative exclamation or
All negative X.
It's very much like
Thank
you
you.
stupid A.
少女
feeling.
书中西巴呆.
Okay. Sorry, it's not one of my 3.5 languages. And so, Jude, then you watch as Angie is pulling Tenzin out of this room after he causes the scene. What do you do? Anything? Do you just keep playing?
Well, I'm playing my game, so I'm just doing that, and I want to just make a comment of some people.
And you were playing with Lady Morrow, correct?
I think so. Or is the second?
Yeah. So she just tisks and goes, some people are just very sore losers. He'll get over it. And if he doesn't, well, they'll take care of him. She just kind of gives you a little smile.
I don't think I'm. But have I won yet, or am I still? Are we still?
So I would say just roll. Let's see, it would be covert or discipline plus intelligence or willpower, depending on how you're playing the game.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So intelligence is D10, and I get a 2-step bonus to
Let's see. Reader plus 2-step to alertness when you're observing someone, or intimidating manner. This isn't really an intimidating manner situation, unless you wanted to be like spooky about it. Off-putting.
I'll just do the D10 plus. I guess D6.
Okay. Yeah, with your covert, that's a D6, so that would be a good one.
I got 11.
11. She rolled a 7. So you have won this hand. However, you know that things are going down with your crew, and there are 2 more days of this poker tournament to go. So the likelihood of you being able to finish the tournament is about this much.
Well, they seem to be handling it okay.
The crew sees you a week and a half later back on Ariel after you had this long cruise.
They can figure this out.
I love it. Okay, so meanwhile, we're going to transition over now to Echo and Landon, as you are currently in the area where they are displaying the pieces for the auction. What are you doing?
So I believe, if I recall correctly, I was essentially leading a doll away from this area so that there is spare time, at least to plant the EMPs, and now possibly just to go for things. So I may be briefly out of the area until I can loop my way back.
Okay.
Is there any way I could have dropped specifically my I've got a little device to loop cameras with? Is there any way that I could have dropped that or handed that off to Landon beforehand?
I would say if you wanted to try to be covert about it, you could certainly roll for it.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Gonna be alertness for your attribute, and I would say stealth for your covert specialty.
Sure thing. Okay, that's a 4.
Plus.
That's just a 4. There's not. No, you misunderstand me. That was the total.
Landon, would you have done anything to assist Echo in their attempt to sneak this to you?
The first roll was a 1. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
I actually do not know what Landon would do to like bump into them, and the other god would be the easiest thing I could think of, but that could be even more noticeable. So I could always try to pick it up really quickly and be like, oh, you dropped this, versus it being like a sketchy drop.
Is that how you want to play it off?
Yes.
Okay, so I will allow you to roll performance or deception covert situation with your willpower then.
Oh, yes. I will do deception and willpower because that's potentially 20.
If you manage that, I will be amazed.
I certainly did not, but it is a 12.
Okay, so from a 4, which would beat an easy, you are now at a 16, which beats a formidable. So
Nobody expects me.
Echo, if you would like to describe what you do here, and then we'll transition over to Landon.
To get this to you.
Exactly, yes. What are you doing here?
You'll Echo, who fumbles this just so very badly. After you cover that, Landon, you get like two seconds of just absolute panic while Tal is not looking, and then Echo just goes like, yes, my postcard. Well, that's fine. You can keep that, and walks away with a doll. The least convincing lie.
Oh no.
My familial postcard. Yes, that's what that is. It's not a hacking device. Don't worry about it.
You keep dropping postcards all over this ship. This is like the 6th one I think I picked up after you. You're like Santa Claus with a leak.
Concerns.
I'll wave.
So a doll is directing you to the med bay, correct?
Yeah, because I am trying to get them out of the way.
Yeah, and so they're just excitedly chattering with you like, oh, this is my very first time on a ship. Well, not quite, but it's the biggest ship that I've ever been on, and it's so nice, and everything's so expensive here. It's very strange. Why is it so expensive here?
You know, the richer people are, I think the more they want to pay for things just to remind them that they're rich.
I like that. I can write that down. That's really smart.
Oh, thank you. I think.
and they lead you off and away. Landon, darling, you are here. You have this device that Echo has that changes out the cameras.
Mhm. I also have some strange bombs and some
Yes,
weird
you do.
hacking tools and no points in technical engineering whatsoever. But we did decide that the bombs were ranged weapons when I did earlier
Yes.
leveling up. But still, he
Yeah.
wonders how he finds himself in this position.
You are the only one here right now.
All right, well, I'll put
What would
these
you like to
around. I guess I'll take a lay of the land and figure out where would be strategic, but also assuming Echo and I had chatted about that.
Yeah.
Especially while Echo was sorting the cameras in the last session. I guess how does her postcard work?
So that is up to you to describe. I don't actually know how that works. Echo?
How do I turn off these? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's essentially it's
boy.
just oh dear. Essentially it's, and if I've got the item correct, which feel free
Yeah.
to correct me on if I do not, but it's basically not even so much a technical thing you have to do as it's just a little thing that you like boop onto a camera and it loops the last
Okay.
it loops just a couple seconds and and freeze frames it. Postcard is not
Mhm.
the worst descriptor actually,
Yeah.
because it just takes a little still image and freezes it. So
Mhm.
ideally it can cover up a couple minutes of you running around.
All of it's like taped off with just one button open. Ah, that's it. That's the one. How high
There's
are
a
these
big
cameras?
green arrow.
Fun fact. Remember your star from after our last session? How are you getting, let's say, 15 feet up in the air?
I'm probably not, is the answer. I have some slime I could put on this thing and then throw it, but if I missed, it would just be there.
Well, do you need me to remind you what you wished for?
No. Are there ropes around? You see some hooks where one could lower themselves from the ceiling. I have none of these tools on me.
It just so happens I am going to spend a GM plot point that doesn't exist that your shuttle happens to have some rope in it.
It makes sense it would.
Yeah.
We've got to tow or tie down the windows, something.
I would be concerned if you had to do that.
I probably wrapped it around my gut under my robes to come through security earlier because they assume they'll find rolls anyway. And I'll pull all that out. I'm assuming a climbing hook maybe, or should I use slime on the rope?
I would say, do you want to spend a plot point to have a hook? I gave you your rope for free.
I haven't spent a single plot point this entire game. I will do it for a hook.
Okay. You spend a plot point, you have a hook. That is not quite like high tech, anything like that, but it is like collapsible so that you're not like stabbing yourself like with it hitting into things.
Nothing to see here. Move it along. Move it along. God's work.
There's no one actually around this area right now. It's the beginning of the tournament. And so surprisingly, there are a lot of people who are just like wandering through the casino area, just checking things out. They're going over and having meals, things of that nature.
He still says it out loud to the empty space. And then wraps up his rope hook to try to get it over something and pull himself up like a little baby. Ties it around his waist with his robe hiked up tight like a little harness. Eyes glistening.
Amazing. So I'm going to say, let's do, this sounds like a ranged weapon to me.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Yeah, do ranged weapon plus agility.
All right, a D6 and a D4. My allure, just my overall sex appeal, has no impact on this.
No. The rope is not attracted to you. I'm so sorry.
That is a 7.
Always worth asking.
7.
I'm gonna get a better rope next time.
Valid. So with a 7, that beats an average. So I would say it takes you a couple of tries, but eventually you do manage to get it to hook up into the ceiling, and you can test it and it's secure.
All right, well, flying inside of a flying ship, these wonders never cease. Start pulling myself up. Just right towards this security camera, like that I hope isn't just like watching my face and moving with me.
Security cameras are pointed straight down at each of the exhibits. So they are like, there are plenty of blind spots that you would have been able to like figure out in your time scoping things out.
And I'll get up to it, and if it's just doable, then I will slap Echo's little postcard home.
I'm gonna say, let's do your stealth specialty plus alertness.
Oh, beautiful. D8 and a D6.
To see if you successfully do this without getting caught on camera.
Oh, wonderful. That was a 4 together. I will spend 3 plot points.
It's character growth.
It's leave nothing behind.
Exactly.
To succeed
So
on that.
on a 7 beats an average. You climb up the rope, carefully making your way up. It's not too far of a distance. You're not that worried. At one point, you have to kick out and you worry that maybe your foot caught on the camera, but you know, a foot, it's fine. It'll be fine. And eventually you get up to the top, you aim carefully, and you whack that postcard up against the camera, and you watch a little light be blue and then red again.
That seems right. Echo didn't tell me much, and then I'll just repel myself back down. Wrap the rope around my tender guts so it doesn't look suspicious. And then I guess I'll start sorting these charges and putting them in places where we had hopefully given a little thought to where they would have been. If we haven't, I'll just guess at where it would be put to the most use.
I mean, I'm not going to make you roll a million things. So
I can't even check my own email. I don't know why they have me doing this.
You tell me. And so this is probably around 15, 20 minutes of time. So Angie, you have dragged Tenzin over to the security booth. Where are you taking him?
I think that's the idea of the security office, which is above where all the things are being stored. If I remember the maps rightly. And I imagine she's just going to be hissing to him. As soon as I get in here, I want you to elbow me in the stomach and just make a run for it. I'll send whoever's in the security office after you, and hopefully that'll sort things out. Keep them on the run for a while. Think you can do that? Yeah. Loosens her grip slightly. Sorry, I was really getting into the role there. Not personal, I promise.
I'm not going to elbow the stomach. I'm going to stomp on your foot as hard as I can and run.
When we get in the door.
One would hope.
Yes, as soon as the door opens, just stomp.
And there are 2 security guards who are in there, and they look up. One of them was in the middle of biting into this giant sandwich. And like drops it, and they go chasing after Tenzin.
Excellent. that went better than expected.
It's just like the anime, the like.
Tenzin, where are you running? Are you running down to where Landon is, or
No, I
Okay.
I am running in a vaguely like roundabout in the direction of like the engines.
Okay. Let's see. So you're going to deck 1, which is the lowest deck.
Yes, and if I can lose them, I'm going to return to the up towards the hangar bay.
Okay, so I need you to roll a meep meep.
I will absolutely roll beep meep.
I
So
love that
glad
you
that's
called
what
it
the skill
that.
is.
I was
And-
like, I respect many things. I don't
Uh-huh.
respect me.
Valid.
So that is okay.
I want these 2 dice. Okay. 20.
Okay, that is a 13.
Okay. They got a 7 and a 10. So they are just chasing after you. One of them was clearly not prepared, not one of DeWitt's group, like core group, but is like very quickly going out of breath. Probably the one who was in the middle of eating a sandwich. They're probably very full at the moment, and running immediately after you've done that is not a fun time. And so, yes. And so they go zigzag chasing after you. You use the stairs, you use the lifts, you go all over the place, and you eventually manage to lose them.
Just full on Pirates of the Caribbean running, just like
Beautiful. Okay, and
So
yes.
I guess I'm gonna do what I can with the security systems from here.
Mm-hmm. So, Angie, looking over the security systems as your fellow security guards have abandoned their post, you look over the cameras, and there's a momentary flicker where you see a bare leg and a foot.
You know whose leg that is.
Got a little cut on it.
I'd recognize that leg anyway.
But then it disappears quickly, and you watch as the camera fizzes for a second and then starts to loop after the momentary exposure of the leg.
Okay. Is there any auxiliary security systems that I can mess with or turn off, possibly?
Of
From here?
course. You have been going through here for quite a while now. Pretty well trusted given that you're brand new to this group. But I would say I feel like infiltration would work for this.
Okay.
So roll your infiltration plus intelligence.
Brilliant. That is an 8 and a 7, so that's 15.
Amazing. That beats a formidable. So with that, what specifically are you looking for here?
Just any security systems other than magnetic clocks that we might not have taken into account.
Yeah, so the magnetic locks are complicated, but you have EMPs for that, that you think will get the job done. Looking around, you also take note that that's interesting. DeWitt didn't tell you that there are a couple of I wouldn't call them lifeboats necessarily, but miniature, like tiny, faster than your shuttle, little shuttles that are very clearly meant to go after stuff.
Okay. Pursuit
So,
craft, essentially.
Exactly.
Okay.
They are in the lower level, not near the engine, but that level, kind of in the middle of the ship. And they are fully encased, fully not visible. You're surprised that they actually didn't come up on your schematics, but maybe those schematics were old or they just didn't update them.
Is there any way to jettison them?
I would say that's going to take a technical engineering if you have that.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. So technical engineering and intelligence again. The difficulty is going to be formidable again
Okay.
if you wanted to spend some plot points.
Yeah, I am going to spend 5 plot points to do that because I only got 10.
Okay. So spending those 5 plot points. Love you all spending all these plot points. Thank you so much.
We're
You
using
beat
them
a
now. We won't need
formidable.
them. We won't need them later.
No, it's fine. You very quickly figure out the code needed. It's complicated, but it's not too complicated for you based on the places that you have been and where you have worked. And so after maybe 10 stressful minutes, listening out for anyone who might be coming back, you punch in that final code and you watch as they begin to release and just set off into whatever coordinates you would have punched in.
I'm going to send them in the direction of Londinium.
They will definitely not make it that far.
That's okay. They don't need to make it anywhere. They just need to go a different direction from where we're going to be going.
Yeah, like at this point, like if you're looking at the map, you're kind of just like 1 o'clock from the engine, and so those are really meant for short distances. They'll probably make it about halfway to Londinium before they run out of fuel. On plus side, you can keep that in mind for maybe later collection.
Okay. Yeah, I will take note of that, and then I'll just go through on our comms and just say, I think I've just saved us a bit of bother later. Hope you're getting on with that job, guys. Don't know when the security are going to be back. Don't know how long Tenzin can avoid them.
Hey, Echo, are you trying to shake a doll? What are you doing here?
Yeah, so we're heading to the med bay. I don't know quite where that is located on the ship. I've been crossing my fingers that they have one or that doll has one. And well, this may be bear with me.
Uh-huh.
I love starting plans that way. As we go into the med bay, because the doll is leading me in, whatever the door situation is, since I'm trailing a little bit behind them, I can, if there is one thing that I can do currently, it is in fact sabotage. I'm good at breaking systems, not necessarily fixing them or running them. And before going into the bay, I want to try to I have patch tape. I have a couple other things. I want to try and break the door so that, oops, they're trapped inside there. So sad.
So, out of curiosity, do you have the patch tape that's meant for spacecraft?
I'm not quite sure. I've got tape that's meant for usage in space for sure. But I don't know if it's meant for craft.
Fun fact, that that tape seals holes in hulls. Which means that if you tape over a door, it is not getting open until someone laser cuts through it. So if you trap a doll in there, they are fully trapped.
Do it. You know you want to do it.
Yeah, I kind of gotta. I'll feel bad about it, but they're gonna get found. I feel relatively secure about that, and I don't think they're gonna suffocate. So
Not in the med bay, no. Although if anyone else needs the med bay, it's gonna be a problem.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's for like suits or for hulls or for both. I've just got patch tape, but I'm happy if it. I'm happy for it to be whatever is most useful.
I think
I'll take that.
I think Echo doesn't know which one it is.
Echo went to like when you see all the duct tape at the store and just got whatever looked the scariest.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to say I need you to roll sabotage plus agility as you're trying to do this very quickly while they're chattering to you.
So true. Okay. Nope, that's the wrong die. That's a 6, and I'll put a plot point to make it a 7.
Okay, so they are, caught unawares with this, so they just would roll their agility, which is a d6. So I'm not even going to roll it for them. So
sorry at all. You did nothing wrong.
As they turn around to say, and so here's the med bay, they turn and watch the door close and they see you in the door window.
Do they see me tape it or do they just see that it's shut?
They just see the door close.
Oh dear. This is an opening. Wow. Oops.
I did end up rolling for them and I got another one. The curse. What? And I keep
it's all happening now. It's not happening right now. This is the time.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's not just that they fully do not notice. Like they are like looking around, being like, oh, this is a nice place. Turn, and the door has already shut behind them, and you're there in the window.
Honestly, safest place for them. I would hate to think that Adele will get caught up in any ensuing violence.
Yeah. Valid.
Echo with like actually some genuine concerns, like I am so sorry. It looks like this door is jammed. Can you hear me through this glass? I don't know if you can hear me.
You're a little muffled, but yes, I can hear you. Do you know what happened?
No, it just looks like, I can't get it. It's broken. I'm going to go see if I can get somebody to help. You just stay right here. Thank you so much for leading me here. You're doing great at your job. No worries. Just sit tight. I'll be right back. And then leaves.
Thank you. I'll be here. And they like are standing up, like trying to look out the window. Because it's like above their height.
And I start beelining it back towards where Landon is. I don't know where the med bay is, but is there any, do I hear any of the screaming of Tenson fleeing from security, or is that on a different deck?
I would say at one point, 100% yes. You are on deck 2, I would say. I feel like the med bay would be between the welcome stair and the kitchen and crew's quarters. Like that empty room that does not have a label, that's going to be our med bay. Right. So, yes.
Great.
So that's where you did that.
Because to me, what that indicates is that we are, in fact, going ahead with the stealing plan, since we've gotten someone kicked out and we're dealing with security. So thievery time is now.
And speaking of, hey, Jude, you are hearing all of this going on in the comm in your ear. Are you doing anything, or are you going to continue playing? Up to you. You can fully keep playing.
Well, it seems like there's not much I could do right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, other than, cause a scene with security to try to look much further. So how's my card game going right now?
So at this point, you have switched tables. Things have narrowed down. Like people who have lost have kind of petered out, and they're like either watching or there are tables that have been cleared away of like the tournament itself, and are like other games like the Brown Coats versus Purple Bellies game is being played at a table, and a few others. And you find yourself at a table with Sir Winthrop. Or as you know him, Lucky. Oh, hey there! It's my friend. How are you doing? I see that you made it into the next round. I'm impressed.
Yeah, this game is a lot of fun. I still don't like. Let me see your cards, and she's gonna go try to look these cards.
He absolutely has them flat on the table. I'm sorry, my dear. That is not how this game goes. You can't look at my cards.
Oh, but she's gonna know her cards.
You have a pair of twos and then like 5 other just completely random cards that have no connection to them whatsoever.
Is this going to win?
I mean, if you try hard enough, who knows, maybe. Let's play. He kind of like knocks on the table. And hey, if you want to up the stakes, we can always do a little bit of gambling on the side too. I'm not against that.
But you took most of my money already.
Hey, you need to spend some money to win some money. Isn't that how it works?
Okay, so I'm going to give you my last 20 credits for this. And if I lose, I'll be really sad, but you'll give it back to me, right?
Sure. Yeah, of course I will. So with that, I need you to roll again.
Sorry, I lost my D10 and a D6.
Yeah. And as a reminder, darling viewers, I don't play poker. It's one of the few card games I do not play, so we're hand waving this. What did you get?
I only got an 8.
He got double sixes. So the round is played. He's like trading out cards. I know that that's the thing that's done in poker. And he just gives you a very broad grin as he lays down a full house. Better luck next time.
I'm going to tear off my beautiful hat and just cry. Really, really take up a lot of attention and space with this reaction.
There are quite a few people who are like looking at you concerned. Several other people have already like folded and they left the table. And look at me, I'm using poker terms. And so it was just down to the two of you at that point. And he just gives you you can tell it's his fake politician smile. He's like, there, my dear. You'll be fine.
Can I grab onto his leg, like begging for my?
I'm gonna say this feels like it's kind of an attack, so I'm gonna say agility plus unarmed combat.
Does he have security with him?
Absolutely has security. Okay. Let me get to your character sheet. I'm gonna laugh if it's like right on top. It's not. Where did it go? On the bottom. Yeah, so it is just your agility. That's the die I need. Oh, yes, only one. Okay.
Only out of 4.
He got a 3. So that means that you do 1 point of stun damage to him as you're like wrapped up onto his leg. And remember, this is a rather large gentleman. He is like kind of staggering back, like trying to shake you off, and his security guards are going to try to pull you away. So I would say I'm not going to have us roll initiative here. Just go ahead and do your. You can do your innate dodge, or if you want to just like give up on this and like try to bolt for it, you can do that too.
No, this is causing a lot of attention to be put on us, correct?
Yeah.
Are any other security kind of being included into what's going on?
So currently, because Sir Winthrop has his own security, they're like standing back and letting them deal with it because they know what they're supposed to do.
Okay, so I'm going to try to dodge then.
Okay, so then it is agility plus athletics dodge if you have it. Now, just so agility plus athletics.
Okay. That's before the D10 for me.
Okay.
I got a 7.
They got a 10. So they are going to grab onto you and pull you off. In doing so, digging into your shoulders, you are going to take 1 wound and 2 stun. So just write down 1 wound, 2 stun. Just keep that in mind.
Okay. Is there any way to get away from the security now that they have me?
So they've grabbed onto you and lifted you up. And so you can try to wrench free from them. Just keep in mind that it is going to be at a 1-step penalty because that was their action and your action. So doing an additional thing is extra. So if you want to try to wrench free of them and just bolt, you can do that.
You know what? Never mind. They're taking me somewhere.
Right now, they're just lifting you up and trying to remove you from his presence. They might just kick you out of the room or do something else.
Okay, let's see what they do.
Okay. So they, I don't know if you're like kicking or screaming or anything like that, but they've like fully lifted you up. Now that they've gotten you off of Sir Winthrop, they've like lifted you up. There's one on either side of you, like lifting you up under the arms, and they are just like dragging you out of this gambling salon, and they just like toss you out the door.
Okay. I'll just kind of stand up and I'll give them like a curtsy.
Did they throw the hat out too, or is the hat still in there?
I feel like they would throw the hat out as well because Sir Winthrop found it extremely offensive.
Not the hat.
So they just kind of loom over you, and one of them, this larger muscled guy with kind of like very close cropped hair and sunglasses, just says, "You will stay away from Sir Lucius Winthrop for the rest of this trip. Do not enter any room that he is in. If you do, you will be blacklisted and banned."
From what?
From anything we can.
So if I walk back into that room, you'll blacklist and ban me?
And you will be removed from this ship. Enjoy the inky black, if that's what you so desire.
It's really quiet out there.
He just blinks at you and closes the door.
So before I go back into the room, I guess I can.
To the room?
They're gonna yeet the captain.
He blinked at you. That means he likes you. Oh, no, wait, that's cats.
No, I'll see if I can help the crew first before I go back in there.
Okay. Because you are fully out of the tournament now. You did not succeed. And you're also completely out of credits if what you told Winthrop was true.
Oh, no, I was lying to Win.
Okay, good.
But no, I didn't lose the game yet. We're still playing the game.
No, you lost against Sir Winthrop, which means you're out of the tournament.
Poker, yes. Poker, yes.
Okay.
Still
Friends,
thinking of
I'm getting a little worried there's no communication from any of you. You all right?
You're still playing it?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm lost, though.
So we're still playing, right?
Are you talking to someone in particular?
In the comms, I was like, we're still playing, right?
We're playing a
hi.
different game now, Angie.
Angie.
Angie, I mean Jude.
Hi, hello. Yes, got rid of the guard that was at the stairs. So I think we're going to go. I think it's get statue and leave time. Does that seem right to everybody else? Seems right to me.
Landon pauses halfway down a wall with like just in his grappling harness. We have a little issue on my end.
Dare I ask what?
I talked to a constable of sorts. They mentioned our two friends and said a lot of chaos was brewing in the card game, and they were going to see whose shuttle they all came in on. And I remembered that you all came on the one with my name attached. So that's a little interesting. So here's what I think. I think you all need to steal our shuttle, and I have a ride in a couple days, and we meet down on the stinky planet, and then no one's hunted by the law.
I think that sounds like a terrible idea.
I was
Sounds
also
good.
going to say that.
Echo,
terrible
did you
idea,
manage
sorry.
to get the fuel? If not, do you want me to get it?
I have not gotten that yet. No. Yeah, either you should get it, or how are we getting the cases down the stairs? Because I am not the strongest of us, I will say.
I could probably climb them. I'm a pretty good climber, it seems.
All right.
We're not going to use the lift.
You're so right. Yes. If you want to get the fuel cells, that would be great. I'm going to go help Landon. Landon, I'm coming your way.
Should I set these off now? Or should I should probably wait till Echo gets you.
Up to you.
No one's going to respond. I'm just going to do it.
You two work together to get the cases. I'll go get the fuel. I really think we should have talked more about this before we enacted this plan. Never mind.
And Tenzin won't mind leaving me on this ship. Don't worry. And I'm gonna go set the charges.
Tenzin's voice just comes over comms. He's right.
I'm just walking as I'm, if I see anyone, I'm trying not to sprint, but other than that, I'm going as fast as I can towards where Landon is to try and help out.
I'm going to say I need you to roll to be stealthy.
Vibes.
Yes, roll your stealth plus. Sounds like you're going for agility, so.
So sad always.
Uh-huh.
I'm not the most agile.
Uh-huh.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. Hey, Echo.
Oh God.
How things just don't go smooth for you?
Uh-huh.
Just reroll that for me.
Hell yeah. That's a 7 again. A 1 and a 6. It was a 5 and a 2, and now it's a 1 and a 6. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You'll botch later. It's fine. I'm calling it into existence. Cool. So you succeed. There are a couple of people that give you some odd looks, but they just continue on in their own conversations, and you're able to make your way to Landon. I will say you do notice that there are a couple of people who seem like they might be vaguely interested in going to look at the auction pieces.
Cool. Interesting. We should get them out of the way.
You find me so sweaty.
Yeah, what do I walk into Landon doing? I'd love to know.
Dabbing himself with his own robe, holding the last of the pulses a little too openly, while just looking around like, there's got to be one more place, like a mad parent on Easter. They're just like, I don't know where to put this last one. But maybe if you looked hard, you'd see one like poking out behind a trash can. I don't know the shape of these things I'm hiding them in. So,
I mean, they're probably about yay big, I would say.
Yeah, so just really nice on top, just really sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
Echo slides into frame, having sprinted down a hallway.
Just slides.
We might have people coming to look at these in the next few minutes. We should probably. How's it going?
Oh, so are we in a hurry?
Probably.
All right, I'll push one. I think we had a 5-second timer, was what we had decided earlier.
You want to spend a plot point about that?
Oh, no, I'm fine. How long
I don't
do you
think
think
you
they
have
should
any
be?
more. You don't have any more plot points.
Oh,
Never mind.
I got 2. I spent 4 so far.
Oh, right. Someone else spent 5. Never mind. Okay.
If it's less than 5 seconds, that's fine. He'll run either way, his calves and his thighs and his god all with him.
Maybe my favorite sentence we've had so far, and it's a steep contest.
He'll run with his
that was
soul.
pretty good. Okay, so this is happening. What I want to know what Tenzin, Angie, and Jude are doing, as you know that they are about to properly, fully set things into motion.
I'm going for the hangar, and if we're stealing a shuttle, because our shuttle is marked, I'm looking for whichever shuttle is a model that would have the most, like, the best combination of range and agility.
Okay, go ahead and roll. It's going to be a perception-y thing.
Perception, can I use sight?
Sight, yeah, I'll let you use sight and alertness.
Okay, that is... Okay, dice, don't fail me. Don't fail me. That is a 16.
Oh,
I rolled the maximum on both dice.
Yeah.
I love this for you.
I'm going to get us the sexiest, fastest shuttle in the damn bay.
So, fun fact, you say that, it's absolutely one of the companion shuttles.
Hell yes.
Just lush fabrics draped everywhere, and it's just filled with the scent of incense.
Start sneezing uncontrollably.
And it is the same level, that same section where Landon and Echo were with their shuttle, just so you know.
Okay, I just want to put it... I want to get it basically ready for a crash start.
Okay.
Everything's primed, but the last button.
Yeah. So I'm going to say with that, like maxing out your dice, I will allow it to be the shuttle that is closest to the elevator
Okay.
because you maxed out your dice. So easily, like clearly the fastest top of the line shuttle, it will absolutely stick out like a sore thumb when you put it on the halo, but that's a problem for later you.
Okay, and just everyone hears in between really loud sneezing, just hears,
Mhm.
I loved it. Loved it. Love the ship.
Fun fact, there is a complication that is allergies. And my original character had an allergy to cats. That was a major allergy. But anyway. So yes, Tenzin is ready to go on the shuttle. I assume that you tell them which shuttle you're on.
Yes.
Okay. So that's Tenzin getting set up. Angie, what are you doing?
I guess Angie is going to keep monitoring everyone on comms, but she's going to suggest gently, Jude, do you want to come with me and get some fuel? I could do with your help.
So how far away is Angie?
Angie is on the on the first deck, which is actually where the fuel cells are stored. You are currently on the third deck. Third? No, you're at the very top. You're on the fourth deck. No, I was wrong. I assumed the top one was going to be deck 4. No, you're on deck 3. So you would just need to take an elevator down 2 decks to get to her.
Okay, that's what I'll go ahead and do. I'm just not going to say anything.
Mm.
Are you there? Did your poker game not go so well, sweets?
Oh, I'm right here, Angie. I'm not playing poker. I'm setting the bombs. Do you remember? I turned it left, right? Never mind. It's fine. It's already going.
Okay, so I'm going to say let's... Now, I'm not going to have an initiative order for things because I like the fluidity of it. So as Tenzin has arrived and he's ready, Jude, you are in the elevator going down to Angie as Landon sets these EMPs off. So I'm going to say, let's just roll an initiative between Landon and Jude to see what happens first. Does Jude get to the bottom?
That is a 10 on my end.
Okay.
My stems.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Late day.
Jude, you are almost down to deck 1 when this EMP goes off. 2 decks, 3 decks above. In any case, you hear a sound of coming from up above as your elevator jerks to a stop. You are probably about 3 seconds away from the elevator arriving and opening up. But it has stopped. What do you do?
You also hear wild laughter coming through the comms.
Oh yeah, Landon and Echo, it is pitch dark in the space that you're in right now, because those EMPs, you had 6 of them, and they all went off in a very confined space.
Echo goes into his bag, pulls out a glow stick, cracks it.
Are the lights out of the elevator too?
The lights, there's an emergency light on in the elevator, so you can still see, just not great.
If I go up to the top of the elevator through the emergency exit, will I be able to see where the doors are? Or like,
Yeah, if you look up, there is that emergency hatch panel up above that if you wanted to, you could try to access that.
I'm going to do that, and I say over comm, Angie, the ship has me.
You what?
Ship AP. I'll come back to see you.
The ship, are you stuck in the lift again?
Yes. I'm on my way out, but I have to leave.
Landon, how many of those did you set off?
Most, if they all worked.
You set them all off, didn't you?
Well, not the ones we hit on the Halo, but just the ones we brought here.
Well, I think that might have been a bit of overkill.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
probably.
to see if I can get that lift working again, or we're gonna have a hard time getting anything out of here.
That's a good assessment of our situation, my friend. Right when Echo does the glow stick, Landon's like right in front of them. Echo.
Ah!
I'm going to pull out
Why?
a strange dark book that looks like it's got sticky texture to it, but it's dry. It's just a weird cover. You need to take this if I have to take the other ship.
Okay. What is that? That's
It's a book.
terrifying.
It's a book, Echo.
What kind of book?
One that fits right here in your medical pocket. And I'll just start putting it in their little medical bag. You know where Anne of Green Gables is buried? My gun, for everyone who's tuning in for the first time, Anne of Green Gables is my gun. This has been a thing.
Why did you turn and look into the camera with the capture on it when you said that, though?
You know where Anne of Green Gables is buried. I'll reconnect with all of you. I'm going to take the shuttle. And you'll notice his voice change. There's no wackiness to his eyes. Like he's very focused and not really asking. Or commanding. He's more just telling you what he's going to be doing.
Echo is like shaking.
You're going to do just fine out there in the void, Echo. Just keep this book safe. Maybe take a look if I don't see you soon.
Echo just very slowly goes into his bag and pulls out another one of the Band-Aids from the gift shop and just gently puts it into Landon's hands. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. You also stay safe, whatever you're doing.
Oh, they'll have to interview me about who all of you were, and I'll say, oh, I don't know. I hired them to get me here, and then I'll just drive after you in the shuttle. So they're not hunting me. I don't like being hunted, Echo. All right, well, I'll see you soon. Let's get this stuff quick and start gathering the artifacts that are here.
You're just completely lost for words, just starts helping.
Yeah.
Completely thrown.
So the EMPs only last for about 10 minutes. And so you are able to, interestingly, gather up all of the, I mean, I can make it less if you want me to. You can spend a plot point about it.
I'll make a decision.
But you managed to gather up however many of these cases that you want, realistically, because all of the magnetized bases of the cases have been deactivated. And it's actually not even like they were on pillars that were magnetized and then they were in glass cases. You don't even need to take the pillars. It's the glass cases can now lift up because they are no longer magnetized either.
While putting a bag together, I'm going to keep in mind planning it for Echo to be able to carry both of them at one point when I do not complete the same voyage.
Okay. So
This looks nice. What does this one do, Anya?
Anya? Who's
Sorry.
Anya?
Echo looks around confused.
No, I just say that out loud, hoping that space will honor my trust and answer. Are any of these artifacts weapons?
You know what? Let's find out.
Amazing. You'll do fine, Echo. Don't worry.
Go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
I would love to.
And Echo, roll 2 d20s and tell me the individual numbers. I know that we don't have d20s in this game, but
D20s. D20s. I love D20s. Using my fun, pretty metal D20s.
I got a 6, and I'm not going to spend a point.
No, this has nothing to do with points. This is just like charts.
Deal.
That is double 18s.
Fascinating. Okay.
Would you like one of those re-rolled?
Yes, please. Hilariously. Landon, one of these is if you rolled another 18. No, okay.
Nat 20. I'm not on a D20 system, and my Phoenix die is still as blessed as it normally is. Okay.
Yeah. Hilariously, Landon, the case that you grab first has a laser blaster in it.
Oh, wow. A little bit of light just hitting it. I'm going to take this.
And then Echo, the other two of the cases that you grab is a very ancient, very historical game that you use all of these pieces to make trains going from one place to another. You've never heard of these continents before, or like if you have, they're like way back in time. It's Ticket to Ride. And then you also find... Hang on. I don't like the D20 thing. So you also find this this ancient gaming system that you have never heard of before. The Game Boy Pocket is also in one of those.
My God, what a beautiful discovery.
Echo, one day you'll be a game man. Don't let that put you in a box. I know it might push your buttons, but it's all right just to turn that part of you off.
Thank you. I will take that to heart. That felt very prophetic, my God.
I hope it consoled you.
Yes, I feel consoled. That's how I feel right now. Yes. Echo says uncertainly.
You are taking years off my life.
So you are able to gather quite a few of these items. You can gather all of them in 10 minutes if you want to, although security might come to investigate. So there are stairs. You can carry them to walk down the stairs. The elevator does not work. So
let's take 5 minutes. Let's not push the 10 too hard.
Okay. You know what? There are 12 items, so I'll roll a d12 and find out how many you're able to take. I rolled a 12.
Gorgeous.
The dice want you to clear out everything.
I'll give Echo all the games and the statue, and I'll take the blaster.
Okay.
We'll have
I'm here
something
for
to
it.
do on the long shuttle journey home.
Same.
Yep.
Oh my.
I have concerns. But yes, you're able to bring everything down to the shuttle that Tenzin has waiting. Of course, Landon, you peel off. Angie, just describe for us in this moment what you do. Just panoramic shot. What do you do to help get Jude out of the elevator that got jammed?
So I guess sighing, she just like opens the elevator maintenance panel, looks for the restart lift lever or something, some
Sure,
sort of
totally.
reset button, and pulls it.
That's totally how these things work. 100%. It's 500 years in the future. Absolutely. And the elevator does settle down those last 3 inches, and the doors open, and you see Jude just standing there looking around.
I'm sorry the ship ate you again. Now, come on, we've got to get this fuel or we'll be stranded in the black forever.
Where is it?
I guess I'll point in the general direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's the cargo bay and engine and like those kinds of things down this level. This is the section that the rich hoity-toities don't go to. So it's a little bit less fine and refined. And so there are a couple of workers who are down here. They don't recognize Jude, which, by the way, Jude, did you pick up your hat when it got tossed out with you?
Yeah, but I left it in the elevator with my shoes.
Oh.
And
Oh, no.
I left it in the elevator with my shoes and probably the empty credit pouch.
Okay.
For a lore question, how many times has Captain been locked in an elevator over their like career? Like, is this an ongoing curse that like hunts you through space?
Yes.
Oh, Captain. That really brings me down.
Amazing. So the crew themselves, they recognize you, Angie. You've been around for the past few days. They know that you are employed as security here, so they don't really question it. They're a little bit confused about the barefoot person next to you, but just kind of shake their heads and go about their business. And just roll a d6 for me.
That's 4.
Okay, you're able to gather up 4 fuel cells. They're only about yay big, and it's fascinating how they get charged up to function for moving vehicles through space. It's not like your gas guzzling like things like that. It's actual proper recharging fuel cells. And so you're able to gather up 4 of them. And even if you don't end up needing them, heck, you could probably sell those for a pretty penny.
Okie dokie. I'll just load them onto some sort of sack truck or something like that and wheel them out of there. And if anyone questions me, I'll just say that there's a crazed Nepalese descent terrorist on board running about the ship, and DeWitt wants all extraneous fuel put in a safe place.
I mean, he was shouting in Nepalese, so incredible. And so with that, you're able to, now that the elevator's functioning again, you're able to use it and get back up to the level with the shuttles. You get into the shuttle that Tenzin has reclaimed, and Landon's not there. Everyone else is. The 4 of you are here, but Landon is nowhere to be seen.
I was about to ask if I had gotten back.
Yes, you would have gotten back at this point.
Landon says he. I click on the comms. Honestly, I'm not sure I can do it. Landon, you want to repeat that to everybody?
Hey everybody. So here's the plan. You're gonna steal the ship. You're gonna borrow the ship you're currently borrowing, and then I'm gonna take the shuttle after they interview me because y'all caused a mess here, and you were linked to my name. So after they interview me, I'll just come meet you. We'll ditch one of the shuttles. We'll be fine.
What did you steal?
Usually blackjack, but I can play some 5-card draw if I'm really in a pitch. Echo, did you use that weird tape of yours on the door to the hangar? Because that could slow them down for sure.
I did not. I can go look into that. Echo is also motioning specifically for Angie and Jude's benefit, like is pointing at, hey, we got the items, and then is also making a face of like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, are those crab cakes?
Tomato, Landon, we don't leave people behind.
No, this is fine. We're on the little shuttle. We'll just meet back up at our main ship. It can't go far.
You saying when you
can
signed
I-
up, you didn't use a fake name?
Oh no, I use my real name, Landon Cornflower. But to be honest, I'm not a crew member. I just bought passage, so it's pretty easy for me to reconnect back with all of y'all. Those are crab puffs, right? Okay. Yeah.
Echo's going to try to use some of the tape on the door of the hangar. Because that's a smart idea.
Not a bad plan. Are you like blocking out everyone else from their shuttles? Or, I mean, there's the staircase, but, or are you just like the door's closed and you're closing off the door to the shuttle that you're stealing?
Which do we think would be better? General question for everybody. Block off all the shuttles or
maximal chaos.
maximal chaos? Cool. As long as Landon can still get to our old shuttle.
I won't be in a rush. I'm gonna have to go through all the legal procedures first to clear my innocent name.
Yeah, I'll block off all the ones but Landon's shuttle.
Okay.
I'm going to put my armor on before we get out of here because I have a feeling you'd have trouble explaining that away if they did a deep search of the shuttle. And then...
Yeah. And I would say with that, Tenzin, you are able to take off without Landon.
I bet he did it so quick. Yeah, he loved that.
Actually, Angie, out of curiosity, did you leave any of the fuel cells in the shuttle for Landon? Knowing that they were planning on piecing
he'll
out
probably
two?
need them. So yeah, I guess we could leave like one or two in there. Like,
I mean, it's fine. My clothes are in the engine.
I'm a bit concerned. I don't even know if Landon can actually fly a shuttle. So,
Okay.
but
So
there's so much has gone wrong so far already. I think Angie's just given up. Like, Landon can do what he likes. The main thing is everyone else is safe.
Mm-hmm.
There
Okay,
we go.
so in that case, Tenzin, you are able to peel off of the El Dorado, heading off into the black. And which direction are you headed?
Not going to head directly back. I am going to circle us because we've got extra fuel, so I'm going to circle us wide. Like if there's a asteroid field or a nebula, something I can use to kind of vanish for a little bit.
So the asteroid field, as we established, is a little bit too far away for you to go around, but you could say wrap around the engine and then head off to Ariel from there. I will not allow you to do your gravity whip because you would literally gravity whip into the sun. So you're not able to do that.
The ship is also very much not powerful enough for a gravity assist. No, I'm just thinking like, kind of a place where if we turn off the transponder and kind of run quiet for a little bit, the ship is going to be against all the background noise, more or less invisible for long enough that when we turn the transponder back on, we're not where people are looking.
Okay, perfect. So you head off then into the black, and we will continue this next session. No, next session. Words in 15 minutes. I'm okay. Next session. Yes, totally. No, we can keep going. No, we will be continuing in 15 minutes. We're going to take a break. My brain is gone, apparently. So I am looking at things and stuff. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Girls Run These Worlds Twitch and YouTube channels. Hydrate or die straight and take your medicine. And we'll be back soon. Bye. we're back for the second half of Into the Black. It's not next week. We're fine. Life is good. Speaking of life is good, the heist has gone off with a relatively resounding success. Relatively being the operative word, because you're missing a crew member, but they'll be fine. They'll be totally fine. And so over the course of the next 5 or so days, you have plenty of fuel cells. So that's not an issue with your shuttle. You are able to make your way back over to Ariel, where the Halo is currently parked. Now, I know that Echo wanted to do a thing really quick.
I think
got injured.
Yes, I think primarily because both Tenzin and Jude got injured. Echo just tends over the couple of days that we're traveling, just tends to that as best he's able.
Yeah. Would you like to roll for it? You don't have to.
Sure.
But you don't get to roll very often.
I'll give it a roll.
This one. Yeah. So you have a traumatic injury specialty. So do that and intelligence.
That's a 10.
A 10. So you managed to heal the wound from Jude. And Tenzin, did you take a wound or was it
Just
split
2
seed?
stun.
Okay. So the wound from Jude is gone and the stuns are both gone from Tenzin at this point.
Great.
Just for balance purposes. And you actually get to use some of your skills hand on in the field. Very exciting. My brain immediately said rock on as soon as you did that. Anyway, so while all of this is happening and Tenzin is expertly navigating getting the ship back over to Ariel, Landon, my darling, what the hell are you doing?
I would be to speed it along. I would be using my wonderful disguise kit to make myself look like an individual that gruffly hired us to retrieve a stolen statue back in our very first meeting.
Interesting.
It says it comes with wigs and all sorts of stuff for a professional spy.
Well, you are rather lanky and tall. They are rather lanky and tall with bowler hats. I'll allow you a bowler hat.
I've got some credits on me still. I could even shop around in the tourist shop if needed.
I feel like they wouldn't have a bowler hat. You can have one. It's fine. You have a disguise kit.
But in the process of all of this, my goal is to get near Sir Winthrop. His honor. I don't know what the name for his position is. Senator? Something of that
I'd
sort.
say probably senator would be close.
And if possible, if I still have one more mag charge, I'd like to place it. If not, that's fine. I'll just shoot him. But if there's any way I can put a mag charge on like gravity or anything to try to time my situation, I would. If not, I'd just shoot him.
So, first of all, what do you want to do with the mag charge? Second of all, where do you want this to happen?
That's a good part. If there's like an elevator situation or a more confined space than like just a large hall, I'm assuming it's going to take a day or two to kind of sort this out over this time.
Okay.
So if I can knock out gravity or lights, that would be beneficial. If not, he will still shoot him.
I am going to say spend a plot point, and this is going to go how you want it to.
Oh, I will spend it. it.
Okay. So you scout things out. You are keeping an eye on Sir Winthrop, and you notice that he spends quite a bit of time with honestly all of the companions that are on board. And he is just constantly coming and going once they manage to figure out the situation with the tape over all of the shuttle doors.
Frustrating.
But yeah, interestingly, yours was not taped shut. Apparently, they just missed you.
Blessed
as
be.
they do. And so he spends quite a bit of time coming and going from where you are with your shuttle. And so you manage to clock kind of his routine. And so you time it where he is, you can decide if he's coming or going, where he would be with the elevator. And you have one of the EMPs left. So you can set it.
Ideally, I would either approach once he's hit the right floor that the ships are on, or interact with him on the way down there. Knock out the power of the elevator, which I'd assume would be some lights as well. And then probably real up close. My gun's real small, so it would. But I do have a laser blaster you just gave me also. I'm not sure how that one works, but I'll fill him chock full of death in the dark if I can. Excuse me, Your Honor. You going down? Step on. And I'm fine if the camera would black out as the elevator closed or something at that point.
I kind of like that visual. And derringers, I doubt, are very loud. So
especially if you shove them in like real deep in the chin. probably.
Yep.
I wouldn't have any experience with such actions like that, but I would assume if one had to shoot someone up close, that would be a good way to do it.
Probably, one would assume. And you, having spent that plot point, take off with the fuel cells that Angie provided. Hey,
always
I'm
good to have a
gonna
crew.
need you to roll pilot plus intelligence.
A D4 and a D8. Oh, that's not bad at all. 11.
That's very good because that's what you needed to beat as Tenzin had stuffed your clothing into the engine. And if you'd rolled any lower, it might have caused some issues, but your clothing was flimsy enough that it just burnt up as you took off.
Landon knows the universe looks out for those who do good work.
And so you eventually rejoin your companions. Also, with that 11, you don't get lost in the stars. Yeah. What are you guys doing with the extra shuttle? Out of curiosity.
I want to keep it.
You
Tenzin,
have
I brought
two
you a
shuttles.
shuttle.
You have 2 shuttles already. Are you getting rid of the one that Landon is coming in with?
Yes, it's tied to a crime.
Yeah. And it's probably not as nice. Do we have room for 2 shuttles?
You have 2 shuttles already. So the question is, do you have room for 3? And the answer is no.
We should definitely just sell one off if we can.
Or take a bunch of pieces from it if we need them. Soup up the other shuttles.
Well, a basic shuttle sells for 480 credits. If you wanted to sell the one that you stole, that one would sell for 750 credits.
Up to Tenzin and the captain, probably. I just listen to what they say here.
Whoever's selling that is getting blacklisted by the Companions Guild though.
I don't we shouldn't sell the pretty one. We can't sell the pretty one.
We can sell the one I brought in. I mean, it's got miles on it. And in his head, he's thinking, and I touched it with all the fake fingerprints of that guy, because it also says I have fake fingerprints that come with it. So they'll track it to someone else. We can report it stolen.
One way or another, we need to ditch it.
What do you think, Captain?
You all have already made up your mind, so do what you're going to do.
Well, deal. We got to sell one. Can't fit all of them.
We'll sell the old one.
Okay. I would say it sounds like Landon's the one selling it. So
yeah.
This is going to go so well. Landon, I would like for you to roll willpower plus, let's do your appearance-based persuasion specialty.
My allure?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I have a +2 step if it has to do with allure to my persuasion.
Yep. So
What's
that
+2
becomes a
from
D.
Eight.
So D8 becomes a D12.
Beautiful. So I have 2 D12s I'm rolling for this.
Oh my God.
First one's only a 5.
Okay.
Second one is a 7. So
Okay.
12.
Beats a hard. So you head on over to a couple of garages that you clocked just naturally going through, Ariel. There are the really nice high-end ones where you're like, no one's going to want this. That's not going to happen. And then you get to kind of the seedier ones, and you manage to find someone to buy it from you. Not quite 480. You managed to sell it for 450.
That seems like a fair and honorable deal, my friend.
Yes, well, thank you for selling this to me. It's not any day that you see something of this. I mean, it's not the best quality in the world, but it's, you know, it's doable. This guy says.
Her name's Matilda. Treat her good. And then I'll
I
go
am not going to remember that.
go back and give them the 400 credits. You're right, Tenzin. Got a good deal on this.
Got a better one.
So we gotta go hand in all our stolen goods now, right? That's the. Are you gonna give them the Game Boy, Echo?
I mean, they only asked us for the statue.
That's true. That's true.
So we could keep the rest. The rest are just ours. So we could keep the rest and sell them, or keep the rest and not sell them. And maybe in the case of the Game Boy, I mean, that's a general decision. It's not mine, but you know, Echo has like one hand on it, kind of protectively.
Can we just keep that Ticket to Ride game? That stopped me going insane on that journey on the way back with all of you crammed into that shuttle.
It's got a nice nostalgia in it, yeah.
It did serve as a really good, you know, when you're on a shuttle with somebody, with people for 5 days and it's very small. It was a good group activity.
You all played games while I was. Oh,
I wouldn't
man.
know. I was flying the damn shuttle.
Well, we can all get a go now. We're back on the ship, can't we?
Yeah,
Can we?
let's we can take this. We can
This
take
game's
just that.
500 years old, but the pieces are in remarkably good condition.
Are we good to leave, Captain, or do you have any more business on this planet before we go meet our contact?
All done with what you're doing?
Well, I'm asking the captain.
Yeah, but you all were doing things, so you're all finished.
Yep.
Think so, yeah.
I think we're ready to go.
We can go. I was just waiting for you all.
Deal.
Alrighty, and we're off.
Okay. Tenzin, I would like for you to roll astrogation and agility for me.
Okay. D10 and. Okay. Wish me luck. Let's hope for another double max. Not bad. That is a 17.
It's a formidable. Okay. So from Ariel to Persephone is probably about 7 or 8 days. You managed to shave off a day of that journey with your trajectory because you know the rotation of all of these planets. You have been in White Sun so much. You've got this down pat. You managed to kind of whip out in an arc going kind of in the direction of the halo, the asteroid belt that goes around White Sun. And as you do, you are very confident that this is going to be the perfect path to take.
I see nothing ominous about that wording.
So it's probably about 2-3 days out in the journey when I'm trying to recall who has sensors. Does anyone?
As a specialty?
Yes.
I do not believe I do.
No sense here.
Just sight.
Cool.
I have intuition and I have astrophysics, and that is the closest I've got.
Beautiful. I mean, that's not going to help. So you are out in the black, the stars all around you. When Tenzin, you start to pick up a blip on the sensors. Just your run-of-the-mill standard Bumblebee class transport. Only it seems to be letting off a lot of internal radiation.
Do I know what that... I've been a pilot for a while. Do I know what that means?
Have you gotten outside of White Sun at all?
I think once or twice
Okay.
on longer haul flights.
I'm going to say I need you to roll. Let's go for knowledge if you have anything, and intelligence.
Okay, so that's just going to be a D8 because I got no knowledge.
Excellent. I love it.
Head empty, just vibes. That is a 5.
A 5. Okay. You do know that going without core radiation containment is a death sentence. No one does that. This is not something that people who hope to live long would fly under, and they are definitely flying. It's not that it's just coasting. It is engines on, going somewhere.
Huh. Well, that's unusual. Kind of start to reach up towards the intercom, pause. Nah, we don't have time to go help them. They're fine. I'm sure that everything's fine here.
Okay. And as you say that, a wave comes through.
Just ice down the spine. Cap? Hand shaking, just like, Cap?
Yeah, what?
You want to come up here real quick?
No.
Wasn't asking. Please.
Just there's no answer, but shoot will go up there.
Soon as Jude is in, hit a button, door bridge door closes, turns off intercom, plays that again. Plays what
You want me to Do you want me to play it again? I'll play it again. Hang on.
And just points at the little blip that is the bumblebee. Cap.
You should probably hide.
Hide. Yes. Good plan. Pulls up a astrogation chart. Hiding in the black. Okay. Picks up the intercom. Everyone, bundle up. It might get a little cold in here for a bit. And I'm going to start shutting non-essential systems down. And
Are you
powering things
asking
down.
Angie for help?
Anything I can shut down from like at the command level from the bridge, I'm shutting down. So but Angie?
What's going on, 10?
How quiet can we make the engine run?
What?
Reverse.
If it's bothering you,
Reverse.
well,
How quiet?
no one can hear the engine out in space.
You know what I mean. The radiation. How quiet? How low of a footprint can you put our engine on?
I'll see what I can do, but you sure you don't want to just get a lot faster, a lot quicker?
Be ready. Be ready to do that. Skip wants to hide.
Okay, powering things down. I'll have a go at doing that.
Okay. I'm going to need some rolls from you guys.
He's just playing really loud handball in his room.
I will space you.
So, Angie, I need. What do you think makes the most sense? I'm leaning towards mechanical engineering.
Well, mechanical and technical are both the same for me.
Yeah.
So.
Mechanical makes the most sense. And then intelligence. You have a million D8s. And then Tenzin, I need you to roll your mid-bulk transport specialty and your either intelligence or alertness. Again, same thing. It's a D8.
Okay.
A 5 and a 4, so that's a 9 total.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you, Tenzin, right now, you need to get 10 because you need to beat a heroic.
Well, that's a 16. The dice feel my fear.
Hang on. So I can math. That's 25.
Yes.
Would either of you like to spend a plot point to make that regular success into an extraordinary?
Yes.
I'll spend my last plot point.
I will spend one of mine because I've spent none.
We just
okay.
Yeah, so Angie, don't spend the plot point. Tenzin can spend his plot point.
Yes.
So on a 26, an extraordinary success for a heroic difficulty. You shut down everything on the Halo. It is cold, just chilling moments. You lose track of time as you are out here in the pitch black, literally in the black. And it's like your entire being is holding its breath. The Halo is holding its breath as you watch that blip continue to move closer and closer. And at one point, out in the distance, you get a visual on it. This ship that is just bleeding red light out into the black. And you can see reflections in that, if you look close enough, trophies of some kind. I won't go into detail, but attached to the hull. Grotesque, torn off pieces of machinery that have been hooked on and other elements and people. And you continue to hold your breath as you watch until slowly out in the distance, it starts to fade away. How long do you wait until you bring the systems back up?
Another hour.
Dan, you're awfully quiet. They gone yet?
What if they see the backwash from our engine?
We better hope they don't, but I'm freezing my toes off here.
Little longer. Just a little longer.
Do Echo and I know why it's so cold?
Well, the comms were going off.
I didn't know if those were private channels or if we all heard all of that. Okay.
I assume we've been hearing all of this.
Yeah, you'd be hearing all of it.
You've
Private
been
comms
hearing
would be more
Tenzin.
expensive.
I wasn't playing handball.
Yeah, you've been hearing Tenzin sound more scared than you've ever heard him sound.
Echo has, when we started shutting down the systems, Echo partially jammed open the med bay door and stepped out to avoid what they did to Adele happening to them, and has just been very, very quietly, honestly, weirdly calmly, just sitting on the floor of the cargo bay, jacket wrapped around, just waiting the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay with Echo since we kind of share our favorite spot on accident, but I've got little pistols in each part of my belt and Anna Green Gables, my gun, on my shoulder, and then even just like random sharpened pieces of metal from the ship just in my belt everywhere, and just waiting just in case while making jokes with Echo.
Jude, what are you doing beyond saying to hide?
I went to my room and I'm just taking a nap.
Did you go to your official room or
In the walls.
into your tiny little cubby hole filled with little bits of light, normally pitch black right now? And the hour passes. There's no more waves, and it leaves your line of sight on the display.
So I had an mindful nap, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you have an actual nap. Yeah, 100%.
Starts waking the ship back up. Okay. We're clear.
My accordion trip hop comes on really loudly.
Turn that off!
All right.
I'll be up for my nap.
I would legit rather listen to the screams of the Reavers than whatever that is. You call that music, Landon?
No, I love it. It's terrible.
Did you have a good nap, Captain?
Yeah, it was really nice until that happened.
I'm glad. Sorry about that.
There was a weird other ship, but we didn't stop at this one like the last one, unfortunately.
You don't stop for Reavers.
What if they had soup like the last ship we stopped at?
You don't stop for them.
It was great.
Don't want to know what's in the soup.
Okay, I'm going back to sleep.
Not me realizing that two of the members of the crew probably don't know what Reavers are. They're not spacers. They don't know. But yeah, starts flying and will not elaborate unless Echo comes to like, so what was
Yeah. I will say, yeah, Echo, you only know of Reavers as like spooky ghost stories, and that is it.
I was going to say I've gotten, I think, in the past 2 hours the experience of something that like I've read about in the realm of a myth that's not real, and then have immediately been hit with, Tenzin specifically, who has a lot of experience, is treating this as very real.
A lot of experience and is overconfident to the point of being suicidally fearless.
But yes.
I'd love to give Echo some bad information about Reavers actually in our time in there. Like, if you hit sticks together, they actually get scared, and none of them can read, especially if you write it backwards. So save that for later.
Very useful information to be had, for sure. As you finally start to make your descent into Persephone, it is a crowded, smoggy, busy place. You settle down at the Eavesdown docks, and it is just all manner of folk all around here. And you haven't been hailed necessarily, but you did know from your contact at the very beginning of all of this that they told you to make your way specifically to the Eavesdown docks, specifically to Persephone. And so as you settle down here, Tenzin, you see on basically the back camera of the ship that same figure who had given you the job in the first place. They are standing, wearing kind of like an interesting. It feels very like incongruous with what they were wearing before, like almost like a punk rock outfit, kind of, where it's like the mid-length pleated skirt, but then they have like pants underneath that, and they have that self same bowler on. Their hair is just tightly braided down. Still not quite sure what their gender is. They just are all over the place in terms of style, and they are just standing there patiently waiting, their hands crossed like that.
Skip, our client's representative is outside.
We letting them in, Captain?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'll go and get ready. Angie's gonna go and suit up and get down to the cargo bay in the entrance.
Okay. And so you were saying that you were not going to give for free any of the other items that you had taken away. So you just have this strange, gaudy sculpture, golden, bizarre thing. I forget how I described it, but very bizarre looking sculpture here. Are you like covering it up at all? Is it in a case, anything like that?
I'm
It's
up
a
in the-
figure with a
oh.
sword and a figure with a telescope, I believe, was the description I've got.
Perfect. In gold.
I'm up like hidden on the overhang under a tarp with Anne of Green Gables trained on the opening of where the ship comes down. More like just
Okay.
in case this goes bad than anything else. I promise.
Sure. Sounds good. But is it in a case? Just for my frame of reference.
I don't think we ever took it out of the case, so
Well-
it's still in its case.
So that would mean it would be in a glass case, not a like hidden case.
I think we could probably
No.
have tried to put it into something that was like opaque
False.
enough so that it can be
We just draped a
carried
towel.
away.
We just draped a towel over it.
Yeah. And one of those soup bowls with just a towel.
Okay. I love it. Perfect. So as the ramp goes down, they carefully walk aboard, looking around. Well, I see that you've made it out alive. Did you get what was requested?
Yeah. We have money.
Oh, that will be for my employer to give you. If you would like to meet him.
Can I just give the thing to your employer?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Oh,
Well, should you like it, I'll just let him know.
okay. So what was the point of this?
Just checking in with all of you, making sure that, and they look up to where Landon is. Nothing goes awry.
I wave.
They wave back.
We're pretty good at making sure nothing goes awry, or wheat, or oats, or any other grain.
I was literally thinking that. Thank you.
They kind of just chuckle to themselves. Well, no matter. Boss, would you like to come in? He'll be right in. And you watch as a surprisingly shorter individual, based off of this tall, lanky figure that you have met thus far, starts to saunter in. He's wearing a cravat and an outfit that looks like it could have been nice at one point on someone else's body, probably. And he is also wearing a very fine bowler hat. And he looks around at all of you, and excuse me, I did not practice an accent at all. Hello there. I think you have something for me. Terrible Cockney accent. I can't do it. It's fine.
Yeah, do you
The
have
name's
money?
Badger.
What is this, the fancy hats gang?
Well, you know, I'm a businessman. You got the goods.
If you got the money.
Oh, I got the money. Let me see it.
And she will unceremoniously whip the towel off the case.
He paces around it. Interesting. I like it. I can deal. And he gestures over to the other figure who steps forward and hands to, I would say, probably Angie, because you have been kind of helming all of this, right, in this conversation here. Hands you an envelope. 3,000 credits as promised.
I guess she just peeks in the envelope and then hands it off to Jude.
Mm-hmm. Ah, amber statuette, not gold. There are gold elements on it.
So what? You want it like this, or you want us to put in a doggy bag for you, or what?
We can take care of that. And the figure pulls out a blackjack and just smashes the glass and pulls out the amber statuette, puts it in a little bag. Pleasure doing business with you. I'm sure I'll see you around.
You know where to find us. Right, Captain?
That I do. And he saunters off back down and away.
Landon's just sweating because he almost shot him when he pulled out that weapon. Like, legitimately almost shot him. Job done, Captain. Another one successful.
Yeah, let me just split up these credits.
3,000. It wasn't like 30,000 we were originally promised, was it? He didn't just super short. Okay.
I have my notes up. I made sure how much it was.
You sure it wasn't 6? Can I try to convince the GM with a roll that they were wrong?
Nah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
And
Credits each for everybody.
Oh, how much was that? Sorry, Captain.
I already said it. Sorry.
Oh no, about 1,000 for me. All right.
That's counting, but that's not what I'm giving you.
That's fine.
And also, with the completion of your job, I know that we're nearing the end of our flight or of our mini series, but you all get 3 additional plot points for a job well done.
We're
Now,
all
That was
Alive.
the least enthusiastic yay ever. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Yay!
I thought that you were just being Angie saying yay.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
that
what
would
I
be
could
more
put
like,
a D2
yeah.
in.
So, as we begin to wind down from this job, this strange mission, is there anything that anyone wants to do before I go into my little closing outro? What would you like to do, Landon?
I believe Landon's gonna say a fairly well for a little bit, knowing that he'll probably book passage again sometime. He just kind of travels around doing good, man of the cloth and all that.
Landon, as you are wandering around in Persephone, you are keeping your eye out as you do, and you catch sight of some black robes
With soot?
with soot that you had been keeping an eye out for a very long time for.
Brothers, it is good to see other members of the Void. And I think I left my book with Echo hidden in their bed, so maybe one day they could follow the same path if it draws their interest once they're tired of this whole universe thing. But he'd go off with his group to get as close to any big red button as they can get to just seed chaos through the universe. They want all to become void, and they want it to become that as mercifully as possible. So anytime you can, teach a trainee something a little wrong, or convince a pilot to go a little faster, or a mechanic to be a little more paranoid, or kill a politician, I mean, you do it. So he's just wandering around doing his best. And you'll maybe see him fly away, and he'll just salute him and pull out a little post-it and smile, think of the captain, and then just blend into the crowd.
Anyone else?
I get some new bobbleheads.
You find this teeny tiny little tourist stop that is not directly at the docks here, but a little bit further ways in. And it is owned by this very, very shrunken down little old woman with her hair up in a bun. And she has a bright pink scrunchie around it. And it kind of wobbles a little bit when she moves her head too. And there are all different kinds of bobbleheads here from all over the verse. And she just looks up at you, big Coke bottle glasses, and goes, "Oh, hello there."
Hello. I don't suppose you've got anything Old Earth themed.
Oh, I have quite a few things. Let's see here. And she goes and shuffles around and goes into a drawer, and she pulls out. What's your favorite cartoon character?
Oh, cute meat.
My favorite cartoon character is probably Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
Okay, from Tom and Jerry. Okay, yeah. So pulls out this teeny tiny little Jerry figurine, and she just goes, and it shakes. I've had this one for a very long time.
How much?
Oh, this one. It's going to be pricey. It's going to be 400 credits.
Done.
Okay. Do you want a gift wrapped?
No, just gonna put it in my pocket. It's the breast pocket of the very brightly colored vest.
Okay. And she hands it off to you and takes your credits.
Takes it with the same reference she was holding it with, and very gently like puts it in, gentle pat,
Mm-hmm.
and smiling for the first time in a very long while, goes to put this new bobblehead in pride of place.
Echo, what are you doing?
Echo has, first of all, absolutely started reading this book and taking a series of, on paper, not on anything hackable, but taking a series of meticulous notes. He's a very good academic learner. This absolutely terrifying, confusing, fascinating book that he has not encountered before, and he's working his way through it out of interest. At some point, directly prior to us departing this planet or another planet, he gets out his little phone, makes a note, again, very academically, just in his notebook, of the specific contact numbers in case he ever needs them again for a future purpose, and then takes it out, flips it open, and types in to his mom specifically. You'll see me again someday, but I'm not coming back. I have things I need to do, and I have people that need me. And then sends that, closes it, doesn't wait for a response, and drops it into the nearest incinerator. And when he gets back into the ship, they just go past Jude's door and put a little Post-it note with a heart on it on the door and keep on walking.
Aww. Jude and Angie, I'm going to say combined. Some time passes, crew comes and goes, whatever it may be. And there's one point when you find yourselves in the underground fighting pits of Shoja Downs. I say underground because this entire planet is dug into the ground. It's too close to the actual sun that in its little orbit for anyone to live on the surface. And Jude, if you would please, would you like to describe for us what you are doing here? And Angie, are you with her in the fighting pit? If you want to be.
Yeah, seems like somewhere she might go.
Okay.
And probably if Jude has gone there, she's probably gone just to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that Jude was in the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
but just watching, like not really betting anything. Just kind of walking around past some people, like she's got something on her that she's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. And as you do, this is a section of Shoja Downs that is the underground of the underground. You need a passcode to get into this area. There are death matches here. And as you pass by a television, an ad comes on. Fruity Oaty bars make a man out of a mouse. What do you do?
Jude looks at the ad and he just then kicks the person right next to her, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. He's been activated.
There is a massive fight. And you know what? I just want you to roll 3 attacks in unison and describe them to me. Do with them what you will.
So this is like a D.
So this is going to be your wonderful, let me get to it. Oh no, where's your character sheet? It's the last one. No. Oh no, I took a photo of it. It's fine. Hang on. I've got this. I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to use your D10 and staves?
Yes.
Because there are absolutely pull cues here.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and that's that plus what, agility?
It can be your choice, agility or strength. You've been activated.
That's the agility, and I'm doing the 3 rolls now.
Yep. Just tell me what they are.
11,
Okay.
14,
Okay.
and 7. But can I use my plot points since I've got,
Hell yeah, go for it.
just to make that also a cool moment?
So as you snap up, these people are not expecting anything necessarily. They're in the crowd. They're not in the death matches. But you are awakened. And in quick succession, I rolled 4, 7, and 2. You dispatch several people. And as you are twisting and turning and doing spins that, Angie, you have never seen before. Like, you knew her on the facility, but there's being there at the facility and seeing her in action. And so it is a shock to see. What do you do?
I imagine she's just like, dude, what the fuck? And just staring aghast. And then she's probably going to like, I don't know, if someone's like has their neck fully twisted round or something, she's probably just gonna have like a proper freak out and yeah, like a traumatic flashback, most likely.
And so this goes on for a while in that case. Sorry, Jude, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say there's probably, I'm not sure who to target. There's one particular person that she definitely is going to then kick, neck twist, and dispatch.
I mean, probably the guy who bumped into you would be the one that you would go for. And so you very quickly dispatch him. And Angie, once you come to, you remember, oh, right, my training, there's a code, there's a phrase that I need to say to get her to stop. And it takes you far longer than you wish that it would, but eventually it comes to you. And if you want to, you can deactivate her.
Hey, I guess, I don't know what the phrase would be. Hopscotch.
It doesn't matter what it is. We could hand wave that, but you worked for the facility. That's something that you would have been taught because you need to know how to deactivate these people. And so as soon as you say that phrase, she drops.
Oh shit. We need to get out of here. I'm just going to try and drag her out from the ensuing chaos, I guess, and hope that no one notices.
Oh, people noticed. But as is the way of things when we are at the end of a series, we pull back from that moment and turn to refreshing my page where my notes are because it logged me out. And we turn to a stoic figure standing in a starkly lit office, his hands grasped behind his back in a pose that would seem casual to the unknowing observer as he stares down at the Alliance hacker as she inputs the final line of code into the deuterium-enforced safe that he has long been locked out of. The locks hiss as they release, and the woman stands, giving him a silent nod of affirmation before packing up her bag and hoisting it onto her shoulder, leaving the office as silently as she entered it. The man steps forward, the streaks of gray in his auburn hair and deep furrows of his brow, making Claudius Hyde appear older than he is. He pulls on a pair of nitrile gloves and opens the door to the safe to pull out a slim box with a sigh of relief. He brings it over to his glass-top desk and slides it open to reveal what he had hoped to find. A report detailing the massacre of Fiddler's Green, April 27th, 2510. Records of service and employment of one Angie Zhang of Sinan. The insurrection and breakout from Nebulous Facility on 7th Circle, Fury's smallest moon, and, according to official news waves, still slated to be terraformed as a solitary confinement facility. He flipped to the final report on the pile. As he thought, the likeness of the woman he saw on the El Dorado, occasionally with his wayward nephew, to the photo, is unmistakable. He picks up the comm and dials the untraceable number he memorized when he was first brought into the agency. We've located Judith Anderson, sir. Seems she's found herself a crew and is playing at being a captain. I'll send my full report shortly. He nods at something said on the comm and murmurs his assent before the person on the other end of the wave ends the call. Claudius Hyde pulls out another report to add to the stack and holds the clear paper with its scrolling text in hands gloved in blue. What tangled web have you gotten yourself into this time, Aeschylus? I will not protect you any longer. He places the paper with its photo and description of Echo, nay Aeschylus Hyde, on top, along with similar reports on Landon Cornflower and Tenzin Tamang, and snaps the case shut, setting it back into the safe and closing the door with a click. Another assignment for another day. And that is where we will end our session and this limited run series of Into the Black, a Serenity RPG. Thank you all so much for watching. And
Two by two, hands of blue, we're all gonna die.
I'm glad I left.
well,
You're
with
in that folder along with the rest of us.
we need to do our outros. I am shaking right now. So, hi, I am Anya. I have been your storyteller for this wonderful game. I had an absolute blast running it for you all. And I can be found on Start Playing Games. I'm a professional game master, so I'm on there. La Leon is my username on there. I run a ton of one-shots, including Serenity ones, so check that out. I also will be at MCM London, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, and I'm staring at my beautiful secret project that some people have seen who are on this call, but I'm very excited about it, and yeah, that's me. I'm Lalion Cosplay everywhere. Go find me. Let's see. I remember that, Mica, you went first.
Okay, I'm Mica. I am a storyteller and historical interpreter. And you can't find me anywhere unless you come to the north of England and look for the Moss Troopers. I will be doing a wedding anniversary next week, and I will be doing a fun little teddy bears picnic, which is by far the tamest of my gigs I've ever had. They're normally a bit darker than that. But it should be fun anyway. And yeah, I was playing Angie Zhang, and it looks like she's doomed if we ever do a sequel to this. Hooray!
Okay, Zev, you are up.
Hey everybody, I'm Zev. I played Tenzin Tamang, your wonderful pilot, who, if we ever do a sequel, Serenity always survives, so we're good. You can find me over on the Bardic Inspiration Network playing, storytelling, a Exandria Chronicle, Shadows of the Lost. and I have some Wrath and Glory projects in the works, so be ready for some Warhammer fun. And you can find me on the Bird app at Vukari Gaming 30K.
Yay. Emma, your go.
Hello, I am Emma. I was playing Echo, who doctors in Firefly never bring chaos to ships when they join them. That's also true. You can find me in various forms of dreams and or fairy tales, but also more concretely in Breathing Space Season 4. I think my episode is about to drop where we do a prison break. Specifically this week, you can also find me over with friends who roll dice playing a 2-shot of Quest, where we organize a dragon's birthday party. And on Saturday, you can find me on Nerds with Dice playing a playtest of their Crucible of Aether game. So I'm around a lot this week and next week, streaming many fun things.
Very cool. Janie, you're up.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played Jude, a captain / escaped alliance experiment that
Yeah.
you all just found out about now. Sorry. It really was. And you can find me on Twitter at DannyFox7575. I just kind of wander around and play wherever I can or run games wherever I can. So I will see you all somewhere soon.
Okay, well, we all know who's last. Rah.
I am
Save
last.
the best for last. I saved the best for last. Just kidding.
Landon was
I love
pretty
everyone.
great. He did kill a politician. But I'm Rah. I was playing Landon Cornflower. I run a little podcast called The Heart is a Dungeon, and I show up in some games. So I'll be on Queer RPG next week and on Tabletop Spinners this Friday playing Monsters and Other Childish Things for their little week of fundraising for the channel games. But yeah, I'm under Rah Storytime. Not hard to find. Probably tagged in the video somewhere. The one you watching this right now, you can find me. Yeah, right there. Right there it is. That's it.
And last but not least, the announcement that I have for you is that the Creator app is always open. If you have a story you'd like to tell, we want to help you get it off the ground and into space. I don't know if I made that joke last week. Anyway, find out more on our website, girlsruntheseworlds.com, and I hope to see you in the verse. Have a good one, y'all. Oh, and we are going to be doing a raid into Kobold Press. So go give them a big hello from us. See y'all next time, whenever that may be. Bye.